Have you ever waited a long time for something God promised? David did. Anointed as king while still a boy, David waited years through battles, betrayal, and hardship before the crown finally rested on his head. The story. The journey to the throne was not a swift coronation, but a long and winding path, marked by patience and divine timing. It began not in a palace, but in a humble home in Bethlehem, where the prophet Samuel, guided by God, anointed the young shepherd boy, David. This was a secret promise, a seed of destiny planted long before it would ever break ground. From the fields, David was called into the court of King Saul, soothing the troubled monarch with his harp. Yet his true introduction to the nation came on the battlefield. Facing the giant Goliath, armed only with a sling and unwavering faith, David demonstrated that God's power works through the seemingly weak. But this victory also planted seeds of jealousy in Saul's heart, forcing David into years as a fugitive, hunted in the wilderness he once roamed as a shepherd. Finally, after Saul's death, the long years of waiting came to an end. All the tribes of Israel came to David in Hebron and said, "We are your own flesh and blood." They remembered his leadership, his courage, and his heart for God. There they made a covenant, a sacred agreement before God, and David at last became king over all Israel. His first act was to conquer the fortress of Jerusalem, establishing it as his capital, the city of David. This was more than a military victory. It was the fulfillment of God's promise, a testament that the shepherd boy, the musician, the fugitive, would now lead his people. Reflection and lessons. David's journey is not just a historical account. It is a timeless masterclass in faith, patience, and leadership. His life offers profound lessons that resonate with us today, providing a map for navigating our own seasons of waiting and preparation. Let's distill 3 core truths from his story. First, God's timing is perfect. From the moment Samuel's anointing oil touched his head, years passed before David sat on the throne. He didn't rush the process or try to seize power. He endured exile, persecution, and misunderstanding, all while holding on to the promise. He trusted God's pace, understanding that the divine calendar operates on a different, wiser schedule. The lesson is clear. When God delays, He's not denying, He's developing. For the young person eager for their future to begin, this teaches patience. For the adult feeling stuck in a season of waiting, it's a call to trust that God is working behind the scenes, preparing you for the promise He has given. Second, leadership begins with servanthood. Before David wore a crown, he carried a harp and a shepherd's staff. He was faithful in the small things. He protected his father's sheep with fierce courage and soothed a tormented king with humble skill. These hidden assignments were his training ground. They forged in him the heart of a protector and the sensitivity of a worshipper, qualities essential for a king. The lesson here is that God prepares us in hidden places before promoting us in public ones. For youth, this means embracing the small responsibilities at home or school with excellence. For adults, it's a reminder that our character is proven not in the spotlight, but in the daily unseen acts of service and integrity. And third, God establishes those who walk humbly. David's success wasn't luck, nor was it solely the product of his own strength. It was the result of God's favor resting upon a humble heart. Even as a king, he remained acutely aware of his dependence on God. He danced before the ark with abandon and penned psalms of desperate reliance. His humility was the foundation upon which God built his enduring legacy. For youth, the path to true greatness begins not with ambition, but with obedience and a teachable spirit. And for adults, it's a crucial reminder to never outgrow our dependence on God, for it is when we are weak that He is strong in us. In conclusion, David's remarkable journey from shepherd boy to king is a profound testament to a timeless truth. The seasons of waiting we all experience are never wasted time. Instead, they are God's sacred workshops, the very spaces where our character is forged and our faith is refined. David's years in the wilderness were not a detour. They were a divine preparation. It was there he learned dependence, honed his leadership, and deepened his trust. God was not just preparing the throne for David. He was preparing David for the throne. This is the heart of the promise. God is always at work, fulfilling His word in us and through us, especially when we remain faithful through the long, quiet process of becoming. Our key verse encapsulates this entire journey. And David became greater and greater, for the Lord of hosts was with him. 2 Samuel 5:10. This wasn't a sudden event, but the culmination of a lifetime of walking with God. His greatness was not his own achievement. It was the direct result of God's constant empowering presence through every trial and triumph.